Thank you, Rodrigo. Good morning, everyone. I'm really excited to stay here with you today. I would like to thank the organizers to invite me to stay here. This is something that I love, the Brazilian election process. Okay, some guys of my team is here. It's very thankful to stay here with you. Okay. Uh, as you can see, I not so fluent in English. I will do my best. Okay. Sometimes I might need to switch to Portuguese. The slides are all in English, but sometimes I will speak in Portuguese. Okay. Uh, is it is this anyone's first time in Brazil? From where? South Africa. Good. Spain. Great. US. Uh, you are very welcome to Brazil. I was born in Brasilia. I lived here, and I love the city. And as a host, I would like to uh, do this welcome to you. And for this, Lucas Aquino, please. I brought my candy, okay, paçoca, okay. Please, yes. Uh, well, my name is Lucas Lima. Okay, the camera. My name is Lucas Lima. I works at TSC, the Brazilian Electoral Court, for the last 15 years, okay? And all this time in IT, okay? I am an engineer of telecommunication and master degree in distributed software, a father of 3 kids. Again, very welcome to Brasilia. Uh, I think it's a very good city to live in Brazil. It's a little expensive, but there are a lot of things that are too good here. Have you visited some place in this time? No, no place here. No building. Oscar Niemeyer. Yes. Did you like? Did you enjoy? Yes. I love some buildings here. It's one that I there's a presentation. Okay, it's okay there. Okay. It's the Central Bank of Brazil, uh, the Attorney General Office. Okay, uh, it's the cathedral, beautiful at night. The building of the Supreme Court. Okay, the National Congress, the Mané Garrincha Stadium, and our building, the TSC, Brazilian Electoral Court. It is one of the lastest designed by Oscar Niemeyer. Okay. About 14 years this building has. Okay, let's talk about Brazil in this beginning. Brazil is a very big country. We have 8.5 million square kilometers. We are the fifth bigger in the world, and to compare, it's about 83% of the area of the Europe area. It's very big. and 2012 millions people, our population. And the voters are about 155 million. We are big and we are very diverse. We have big cities like this. This is São Paulo. More than 11 people live there. But we have locations like that. It's indigenous tribes in the Amazon. Forest regions, okay? About 59% of the area is covered by Amazon forest here in Brazil. And we have poor and dry locations, remote locations like this. This location has the people who lives there when younger, they left their parents behind looking for opportunities in big cities. So elderly people lives in these regions. Okay, it's a beautiful dog, isn't it? We have two places under the influence of organized crimes. It's a big challenge to the voting process, the big challenge to, I think a lot of countries has this challenge. And we have remote locations, very hard to go there. Okay. This is Brazil. Let's talk about the Brazilian electoral process. I need to say this is my viewpoint of the Brazilian electoral process. I'm not allowed to speak behalf of the TSE. Okay, it's my personal viewpoint of the Brazilian electoral process. A long time ago, before the voting technology, in 1945, these photos, we have I forgot the name. You use a box of wood to put the votes. In this time, we use paper, a ballot of paper, a pen to mark our option, and put into a box of wood. More recently, until 1994, we used a voting ballot with made by canvas. Okay, it's 30 years ago. Okay, and it was the process to count the votes. You can imagine how complex was that. Okay, it's a how to say ginásio in English? Stadium too. A lot of people go there to open the ballots, put in a table, take one by one to count. Okay. This process has some very important implications. It's a manual process, and because of this has a lot of human intervention. So the implication, the process is very slow. A lot of days to has the results of an election. Okay. Unintentional incidents. Some mistakes during the process, making uh, some uh, the results influenced by these little mistakes, unintentional incidents. But there was intentional incidents. Okay, it's fraud. Okay, manual process, human intervention, intentional incidents to fraud election. It was a big problem until 1996. Okay, and what was the solution for this? Automation. Manual process make intentional incidents. This is our voting machine that it is the latest model that we use. Uh, and let's talk about a little about the electoral voting machines. Uh, this device was designed with these principles. Obviously, it needs to be in compliance with Brazilian law. Okay, standardization. Okay, all country uses the same process to vote, the same voting machine. User-friendly process. We have illiterated person. We have a person that do not use computers, do not use smartphones. Okay, so it needs to be very user-friendly. Simple, very simple to use. Reduce cost. We have a lot of places to vote, and so it needs to be not to be so expensive. Durability. Uh, one electronic vote machine. Um, um, I think you understand me. Is used from by 10 years, 12 years. Okay. It needs to be safety, obviously. Yeah. The process needs to be very uh, confiável. Fiável, reliable. Okay. Uh, simpler logistics. We need to send these voting machines from all the country, even very remote locations. Okay. It needs to to stay there. And autonomy. In some place, we don't have a power supply, we don't have internet connections, we don't have even, we don't have roads to go there. Okay. This was the first voting model of our voting machine. Um, I think it's very old for our the newest technology we have access today, but 30 years ago it was revolutionary. Okay, uh, I think most of you are Python programmers. Yes, someone here is Java programmer. No, do you think how to make a software to run with 2 MB of RAM? What? Um the this memory was used to the operational system, the software, all. It's all memory, all RAM memory of the equipment. Uh, the results were stored in a flop drive, in a internal, in a flop disc. Do you remember? Some of you never see. If, maybe in a museum. uh, it was the first moment that the Brazilian people vote using a voting machine. And this is our newest voting machine. A little more, a little more. Um, the results are stored in a flash drive, application media. We use this media to load the system, to load the operational system, the software, the voting software, and we use another media to store the results. Okay, to after the voting ends, to send to consolidate the results. Uh, the voting machine has nothing to connect. No uh, uh, no net, no Bluetooth, no nothing to connect in this board. The process of designing the building is made by us. The equipment is made only to the voting process. Okay, the project, the hardware project is us, is of us. Okay. Um, some characteristics of the electronic voting machines. The equipment is offline. Okay, no connections, no hardware to connect. Okay, the same software, the same equipment is used across the country. The same. The software is monitored and electronically assigned by authorities. When the process of evolution, the software ends about 2 months before the election day, the softwares are digital signed by a lot of authorities of Brazil, and it cannot be modified. If the software uh, is, is modified, it cannot run in the electronic voting machine. Only the signed software runs in this machine. Okay, and the softwares don't run outside this machine. Okay. The voting machines are replaceable. If one machine broken or has problem during the process, during the voting process, we can extract the medias from this machine, from this voting machine, put in another machine, and the process follows. Okay. It's the Brazilian voting process occurs only in one day, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, so it's impossible to take the voting machine, send to a IT support, and go go to the voting place, the polling place to continue. Okay. Another characteristic, the interaction of user through numeric keypad. It was for some people, it was very important. Before the electronic voting process, the people that illiterate, you can understand me, illiterate, the people that don't know how to write this choice in the ballot, before the voting, the electronic voting process, they couldn't vote. With the voting, the electronic, with this simple keypad, like a keypad of a traditional telephone. It was 1996. No, no smartphone, nothing like this. Okay, it was the thing that was simple, very simple to the all people to digit the code of his choice, his candidate, and the voting is count. It's accessible to blind people that don't can see. They put a headphone and can hear the audio of the voting machine and do his choice. The keypad of the voting machine has braille marks, braille, okay, right? And so it's easy to people that blind vote, okay. Um, an important thing of our voting machine is a security module that is inside the hardware. There is another process in the hardware of the voting machine that's check the CPU, the process, and so all the process, all the data process inside the voting machine is checked by this model. This model is um, uh, is it is we that can check the software if the software was assigned to run inside this voting machine. So if we don't have this module, we can't run the voting software. Okay, we use like a Linux distribution that that is coder. The coding is our too. In Portuguese, voting machine is urna eletrônica. UA UNX. UA Linux. UNX is our operational system that is programmed by to run the voting software, Brazilian voting software. Okay. Well, let's talk about the preparation of this voting machine after the software is signed. No, don't modify. How to use the voting machine. The first process is the preparation of medias to load the operational system, to load the voting software, to load the candidate, to load the electors that can vote in this machine. And this is the medias that I told you. Okay. More one step. These guys is charging the voting machines. They take one media, put inside this voting machine, and start the loading process of the system. And in another picture, the ceiling of voting machine. Okay, it's clear. Okay. More one pictures of the loading of the voting machines. In this photo here, the message is printing the structure of the offload. After the loading, has the voting machine prints a resume of the offload, and it's important to check if it's okay. And the distribution of voting machine. Can you imagine how to send computers like this to all country by rivers, by boats? Someone here is from Asia. From Asia? you are from South Africa. Yes. Um, how many hours did you spend to there to here? From there to here? How many hours? 18 hours. Ah, it's very fast. um, in some places, um, these boats, a specific kind of these boats is called voadeira. In English, like a flyer, a flyer. And in some places, they need 7 days to imagine. More pictures, the distribution of volt machines. Uh, it's a ox cart, okay, um, and and here I don't know if you can see there is a guy uh, here. Here he is preparing a fish barbecue. Incredible. We have some more efficient process too, by helicopters, and obviously the distribution in big cities. It's an university, okay? Mm, Not of always hard. Some of them are more easy. More pictures. It is in the state of Amapá. The the Amapá, uh, oh, the northwest state of Brazil. Uh, we have the people say if you raise your hand, you touch the sun in Amapá. Um, this guy, they haven't any other option. He take the voting machine, put in your arm bag, and go ahead. There's no option. It's need they need to do this. Okay. The voting process, the day of the voting. Let's talk about this. The first moment of the voting process is the print of zerésima. It's a specific word of TSE. There isn't in any other place. Uh, it's a report that shows this vote machine don't have any vote. It's a zero report for all candidates. Okay, it's the first moment, and it's signed. It's verified by uh, fiscais. Como é que eu falo fiscais em inglês? Não sei. Inspectors, by the inspectors of the process. They sign it, they check. Okay. At 8 a.m., the voting machines are opened to receive votes. It's the process of the voter identification. In these pictures, we see the biometrical verification. We have most of the Brazilian voters are biometrical verified, checked, unified. It's the biggest biometric database of South America. And this is two-person voting. After 5 p.m., the last voter is still in the queue. After they cast their vote, the vote machine is closed, and the results for each voting machine are printed and posted on the polling station wall. Okay, it's the result of this specific voting machine. Each of one do this process. They print the result and it's posted in the wall. Um, then the media, the voting media, is extracted from the voting machine and is uh, transported to the transmission point, okay, to consolidate, to aggregate all votes that is processed here in Brasilia in the TSC data center, okay. Um, in this case, this guy is using a satellite transmission. Marquinho here know about this process. Um, so at 5 p.m., the polls, the polling station, the vote machines are closed. We print the polling workers print the voting result to post in the wall, and the results of the media are how to say cola in English. Sorry. Yes. The voting results are taken, are extracted from the voting machine and sent to a transmission point. We have transmission by satellite connection, beacon connections. We have some place that the voting, it's very common to vote in schools. It's a very common place to vote. If the school has a good connection, a good international connection, the transmissions occurs there using VPN connection. Okay, and in some places the transmissions occurs in uh, oh my God, um, a specific place inside the electoral justice, né? Cartório eleitoral. I don't know how to say that. So the printed version are posted in the wall, and the electors can check the results of each voting machine. And the media are taken to a transmission point. Each media is the data is sent to TSE. Here, all the votes are consolidated. We have a very important process to checklist, to secure checklist, just all this data. And the results, the information are published, are uh, uh, published in the internet. The aggregated results, we call resultados of election, results of election, the sum of votes of each candidate, who wins, who don't wins, and we publish the voting result of each voting machine, and the electors can check the two things. Okay, some question about this. I don't know if I could be clear. Okay, okay. About the data throughput of the voting month, it is 530 gigabytes per second in some moments. We use cloud processing called content distribute network. This year, it's occurred last month. We use Akamai CDN. Okay, this obviously it is the traffic in the edge of CDN. Okay, uh, and the traffic in our um network. Here the numbers in counted by hits. Okay, we have the max hits of 2.5 million reads per second in this moment. Okay, um, some other numbers. These last elections, uh, 463,000 candidates. We have more than 5,500 municipalities, cities, okay? 571,000 of voting machines were prepared to this election. 1,900,000 polling workers. Here we call it mesário. It's students, professionals that voluntarily contribute to the votation. They pass all the day supporting the voting process. All these people need to be trained by us. 2 million people. And we have 131 million voters biometrical registered in Brazil. It's impossible to someone vote by another. In this case, it's very important here. It's very important. In some places, we saw some places we are under influence of organized crimes, and we need to guarantee that the person who go there to vote is able to vote. Okay, and it's a simple diagram about the ecosystem of Brazilian vote system. It's a systemic vision of the process. These systems here, before this blue line, of course, before the voting moment, it's the moment to the electors update your data, your address, this data to vote. It's the moment to the candidates resist the intention to register these parties. From here to here, we are in the moment of the candidates publishing. The candidates can publish your program, your intentions, what we agree, oh my, okay. It's better not to say this time is the preparation of the voting machines. Here the software is assigned, the software don't be modified, and the voting machines are loaded, are transported, the distribution, all the process is this phase. Here we are in the voting moment during the weekend, during the Sunday of voting here. And after the second blue line, we are talking about the post-election, the checking, the financial verifying. Okay. Oh my God, sorry, I forgot you are seeing by the camera. each red circle in this picture is a system. The voting system, the ecosystem of Brazilian voting has more than 100 systems. Okay. Well, it's what I planned to share with you. I'm really sorry about my English. I hope you could understand. And I will stay here some moments to some questions to talk with you. Okay. Thank you. Is it?
Okay, does anyone have questions?
Please do your question in Portuguese.
I appreciate your efforts to speak English. You speak English so much better than
Thank you.
The question I have is when you said that the software in the voting machines has to be signed. How do you handle maybe last minute patches? I mean, that seems like it wouldn't be possible.
A very good question. After the software is signed, we can't change. So there are two options. If we have some big problem, a big bug, we need to sign again. And all the process of loading of distribution has to be done again. It's one option. Another option, it's important to say we hardly test the software. A lot of tests. But if we find a bug after the signed moment, we can, if it's not a bug that blocks the process, we can do instructions. For example, if the the voting machine show a message if the battery is low, but the voting machine is connected to the power supply, we can instruct the polling workers how to bypass this moment. But it's a very big challenge. So we need to help to test. I can answer you.
Bom dia. Você falou que os eleitores são 155 milhões e cadastrados biometricamente são 131 milhões. Existe uma diferença aí de 24 milhões. Eles nunca votaram ou existe uma maneira de votar sem ter a biometria? Isso eu olhei ali e deu...
Perfeito. Ótima pergunta. Eles votam no início do processo, em 1996, nós não tínhamos a verificação biométrica e as pessoas votavam. Ano após ano, a gente vem aperfeiçoando o processo e para cadastrar biometricamente 155 milhões de pessoas, nós vamos levar ainda, né, algum tempo. It's um processo longo. Nesses casos, esses eleitores da urna sabem que eles não têm biometria coletada, e aí quem verifica se aquela pessoa é ela, é o mesário usando a documentação, né? Então, nesses casos, nos eleitores que não têm a biometria coletada, eles votam no processo idêntico ao que acontecia antes do voto biométrico, ok? The question is about how the voters that hasn't is registered biometrical, okay? how can vote in this case? I was speaking that in this case, the verification of the voter is by documents. The polling workers check the documents, call the voter to sign register that they go there to vote. So we need some years. We still need some years to register biometrical all Brazilian population. Excelente pergunta. A verificação ela é plenamente automatizada. Toda a biometria que é coletada pela Justiça Eleitoral, ela é processada para ser individualizada. Esses 131 milhões de brasileiros com biometria coletada, essas biometrias foram todas individualizadas. Então, em casos de fraude, por exemplo, de uma pessoa que, por fraude, possui 2 documentos de identidade, e se ele vai a um posto da Justiça Eleitoral para coletar biometria, quero falar comigo aqui, a gente consegue identificar esses casos e existem pessoas que fazem isso, que possuem documentos fraudados. Aqui no Brasil, sabem bem, a gente tem programas de assistência. Em alguns casos, a pessoa tem documentos fraudados para poder receber o programa de assistência mais vezes. E, por incrível que pareça, eles se submetem ao processo da verificação biométrica e a gente consegue pegar esses casos. Esses casos são submetidos ao Ministério Público para apuração, e aí já a falsidade ideológica escapa da competência da Justiça Eleitoral, e aí isso é processado na Justiça Comum, né? The question was about the individualization of the biometric data, if it is made by a personal check and or if we use a automated process to check. We use automatic process to check, and we can identify all people that submit more than one time this biometric data. And we send this information to be verified by the Ministério Público. Como fala o Ministério Público? The authorities that need to check and process this people. Okay.
Eu tenho uma pergunta depois, se você puder traduzir para o pessoal de fora. Eu tenho muitos dados sobre o eleitor, a escolaridade, estado civil. Como é que vocês conseguem interligar o TSE com as outras bases para poder dar segurança na informação?
Excelente questão. The voter database was beginning almost 1986. We have more than 2,000 million people registered in the database. And after we begin the process of biometric checking, we enrich this database. It's very more important, very more relevant to Brazil. And if you, here in Brazil, you have a national sign-on process called GovBR. It's a national signing process to softwares, public softwares, and the GovBR uses our biometric database to check if the person who he say be. Okay, but we don't share any information of our database to any other institute. We need to maintain this personal data safe. We don't want it be em posse de quem não deveria, né? Te respondi bem? Ou não era esse o ponto? Consegui responder? Quer complementar?
Essa era uma parte. A outra parte era se vocês enriquecem a base do TSE com dados de outros, do cartório civil, por exemplo, para ver se a pessoa realmente casou ou não casou.
No, we receive data from institutes like DETRAN, the Brazilian driving register. Okay, if the DETRAN of Rio de Janeiro collect your data, it's possible to the DETRAN send this data to TSE to enrich our database. About dos cartórios civis, the civical registration, we have a process of if someone died, there's a process to send a message to our system. We have a system that processes this message and mark that this person has died, and so they can't vote again. Okay, but we don't send the data of scholarity and something like this to other institutes, and the voters go to electoral justice twice, 3 times along her life. So this data about education, about never, sometimes are not updated about this information. It's not important to the voting process. It's important by statistical analysis.
So, do you think the pandemic period maybe influenced the process to take biometric of the people in Brazil? Because I am one of the electors that don't have the biometrics because of the period of the pandemic. So I would like to know.
Yes, the pandemic moment, we stopped the process of biometrical register because of the it's a physical contact of someone with equipment, and it's will be a very hard to maintain safe, and because of this period, the process will need more years to be updated. In your case, you can go to a cartório Electoral and check and register your biometrical data in the next election in 2026. You can vote using your biometric verification.
Good. Have you, with all the verification processes you have in place, have you ever detected an attempt to tamper with the voting results or with the systems, with the voting machines?
Vou precisar de uma ajuda para traduzir o temper the system. Hack, okay. Okay. We have attempts like DDoS attacks, and we need to freeze these requests. We don't an interesting thing. We have a process called integrity test. Some voting machines, after they are uploaded, after they are booted, they are statistical collected, and this the taken in to a place that they are record, they are audit institute do the process, and the votes are made clearly. The vote by vote is put inside this machine to check if the results after the process is the same as the result that was planned to in the audit process, and never has no vote, no one vote of difference. The big problem that we have today is fake news. It's very more difficult to to speak, to explain. Here we are talking a technical audience, but some informations are hard to explain to a person that don't know, that are IT, that don't know technology. Um, so attempts like that happens, but no. Has some people that uh, burned voting machines, people that atirou, crash, shot voting machine. But in this case, we take the media, put in another voting machine, and the process continues.
Anyone else? Well, thank you, Lucas, for your time.
Again, visit Brasilia. I hope you are enjoying so far.